Thank you so much for your patience. It's a new world we're living in right now, but we are ready to start. So thank you so much, everybody, for coming. I want to talk a little bit about what to expect before we get into everything. So our speakers will have their masks off. Everybody else will have their masks on. We know that you are going to want to take pictures of your kids. So as soon as inductees and seniors, as soon as you cross past the lectern, you can take your mask off. Go ahead and get your certificate. If you are an inductee, your certificate, your cord, and your flower. If you're a senior, parents, you are more than welcome when your student gets up to head over here in this corner where the flag is, and you can take pictures as they cross the stage. You can take pictures over by the flag. There is a National Honor Society sign. If you want to move it a little bit for what suits you, you are more than welcome to do that as well. And then, but then as soon as the picture's taken, please put the masks back on before you head back up into your seats. I am Mrs. Anderson. Thank you again for coming. I'm so sorry that we couldn't have more people here, but I appreciate you making some sacrifices to be here. You know, obviously, looking around, there are so many empty seats that normally would be filled with everything that's happening. It does make it a little harder, you know, to have everything that we actually want. Members, you are going to want to keep your program close, because when we are done, you are going to want to make sure that you look at the back of your program, and that's where the pledge is. Everybody will be expected to follow that. I'm a little nervous. You would think that as an English teacher and talking in front of people all the time that this would be really easy, but it's never easy to get up in front of people and speak. At the end, we will have specific areas dismissed to different exits. So please wait until you're dismissed before you get up and head out the doors. So good evening. Your National Honor Society officers and I are thrilled to be a part of this program tonight that honors and welcomes those who have served the society well and those who will carry on traditions already established. We congratulate each of you and your families. Your achievements of service, scholarship, character, and leadership place you in high esteem in this prestigious society. Being honored tonight is a wonderful way for the school and community to observe and celebrate the decisions and sacrifices that you have made in the name of service to others. One might even call you heroes. You may think, hero? I'm no hero. Let me prove to you why you are heroes by comparing you to a small screen hero, Cara Danvers, otherwise known as Supergirl. As one episode begins, everyone in National City is faced with yet another life-threatening enemy. As Supergirl addresses the people, she tells them, when facing an attack like this, it's easy to feel hopeless. We retreat. We lose our strength. We lose ourselves. Some of these words strike closer to home than we may want to admit. With the year you faced, it would be easy to hide, to lose strength, to lose hope, to lose yourself. But you didn't. When we take a closer look at the world around us, especially right now, it's easy to pay attention to only the negative aspects of humankind and the world we have created. It's so much easier to retreat or to hide. Some people may choose to simply give up and say the world is doomed. Some may wonder whether or not people are really worth saving. The ugly truth is that the world is not always a beautiful place, and people are not always kind. But that's not how people with grit think. That's not how heroes think. Supergirl goes on to tell the people, in each and every one of you, there is a light, a spirit that cannot be snuffed out, that won't give up. I need your help again. I need you to hope. Hope that you will remember that you can all be heroes. Hope that when faced with an enemy determined to destroy your spirit, you will fight back and thrive. Hope that those who once may have shunned you will, in a moment of crisis, come to your aid. Supergirl never questions the motives of humankind or wonders whether or not she should use her powers to save them. She understands that the world is not perfect, but she can still see the good and that the world is worth saving. Unlike Supergirl, you don't have superpowers or incredible physical strength, but you have decided what you can do for the world. You are trying to make the world a better place any way you can. At different times in your life, you'll grow to understand the world around you in a new way, and you'll fight for what you believe is right. Just like Supergirl, you will be a beacon of hope for someone in your community. You will be there when they need you most. While you don't wear a cape, at least not one that I've seen flowing behind you here at school, there's nothing more heroic than helping others in need. National Honor Society is your hero's journey. You will come to see that it opens your eyes to the world's problems, facing them head on with the intent and determination to solve them instead of avoiding them. It also shows you the good in yourselves and others. It helps you see the sometimes ugly truth of a world as it is. Yes, a world with sadness and tragedy and fear, but more importantly, a world with love and courage and hope. It's important to learn early on that the best life is a life of purpose, a life that comes in all shapes and sizes. My hope for you is that you understand that the 4 pillars of National Honor Society, service, scholarship, character, and leadership, are the center of living a fulfilled life. Service is not just about some hours for community service or getting your service points for the semester. Service is about thinking of others in their time of need. It's about acknowledging problems in the world and finding solutions to them. It's about making people's lives just a little better every single day. Scholarship, it's not about the 4.0. It's about becoming a lifelong learner, being someone who overcomes the problems that create suffering, or being someone who uses their knowledge to figure out a way to ease that suffering. It doesn't matter which problem National City faces. When Supergirl doesn't know how to solve a problem, it doesn't stop her from trying to find a solution. Scholarship is about the confidence in yourself to understand that with a growth mindset, you can solve any problem presented to you. Character is not about what you do when you have an audience. It's about what you do when no one is watching. During online learning last year, did you take the time to do your work, or did you choose to binge watch Netflix instead? While we were online this year, did you interact with your teachers and complete all your work, or did you turn off your camera and space off during class? We all know what we should be doing, but those with the strongest character walk the path and do what should be done, even when it's not easy. Finally, leadership. It's not about winning or having authority over others. It's about standing up for what you believe in when it's not the popular idea. It's about making wise and sometimes hard decisions that aren't always about yourself. And it's about accepting responsibility for your actions when what you really want to do has passed the buck instead. I challenge you to use this organization to give you the tools to lead an inspired life and take the hero's journey by applying the 4 pillars daily. Supergirl spends many seasons serving humankind, learning how to solve some of humanity's biggest problems, and doing all of this humbly without taking advantage of others. No matter how dark humanity seems, she always sees the good in others and spreads hope with the knowledge that people always have the capacity to do good. Supergirl comes to understand 3 things. First, that we all have the capacity for good and bad. Second, there's always cause to hope and have faith, because the choice to hope, even in the worst situations, is a personal choice that can make a hero of even the unlikeliest person. Third, love and hope really can save the world. It allows us to fight for what we believe in, give to the people within our communities who are suffering, and believe with all our hearts that every little act of kindness we do will make the world a better place. Again, we want to honor you tonight and celebrate the decisions and sacrifices you have made and will continue to make in the name of service to others. National Honor Society members, congratulations on starting your hero's journey. Next, we have Mary.
For admission in National Honor Society, students must maintain a 3.5 cumulative GPA, complete 30 hours of community service per semester, lead a group project each year, complete 15 hours of service each summer. The continued membership of the Arlington High School chapter of the National Honor Society has been earned by the effective demonstration of the 4 qualities held in high esteem by the Society. The students who are joining NHS today and the current members of National Honor Society have had to adhere to these principles of character, scholarship, service, and leadership. Prior to membership, a faculty panel reviewed each student's application for these characteristics. The lit candle that you see in front of you represents knowledge from which springs all of the aspects of the National Honor Society. I would now like to introduce our historian, Dylan Lane, who will discuss the role of scholarship in National Honor Society.
So I just lit the candle of scholarship. Scholarship means a commitment to learning. A student is willing to spend hours in reading and study because he or she knows the lasting benefits of a cultivated mind. We should continue to learn even when formal education has ended, for education only ends with life. Knowledge is one great element of life which leads to the highest success, and it can be acquired in only one way, through diligence and effort. Learning furnishes the lamp by which we read the past and the light that illuminates the future. Each candidate has the charge to continually expand his or her world through the opportunities inherent in scholarship. Vicky Applegate, our secretary, will describe character.
Character is the force in one person that distinguishes him or her from others. It gives the person individuality and personality. It is that without which no person can respect him or herself, nor hope to gain the respect of others. It is this force of character that guides people through life and, when once developed, grows steadily. Character is achieved and not received. It is a product of constant action, daily striving to make the right choice. The problem of character is the problem of self-control. We must be, in reality, what we wish to appear in others. By demonstrating such qualities as reliability, honesty, and sincerity, we may hope to prove by example that we value character. Maya Vu, our parliamentarian, describes service.
The candle of service. Service can be expressed in various ways. In the routine of the day's work, many opportunities arise to help others. Willingness to work without monetary compensation or without recognition for the benefit of those in need is the quality that we seek in our membership. We are committed to the idea of volunteering our time and abilities to the creation of a better tomorrow. Laura Mina, our treasurer, will describe leadership. Candle of leadership. Leadership should exert a wholesome influence on the school in taking the initiative in class and school activities. The real leader strives to train and aid others to attain the same objective. The price of leadership is sacrifice, the willingness to yield one's personal interest for the interest of others. A leader has confidence in him or herself and will go forward when others hesitate. No matter what power and resources may exist in a country, they are influential without the guidance of a wise leader. Leadership is always needed, and thus a substantial charge to each of our members and candidates. Now we would like to recognize our seniors that have given many hours of community service during their time in National Honor Society. They will be receiving both a certificate and a completion today, the honor cords that they will wear at graduation in 2 weeks' time, signifying achievements in leadership, service, scholarship, and characters. Seniors, you will be recognized with a slideshow presentation for all your hard work. As your name is called alphabetically by level of service, please come forward to receive your certificate and honor cords. Also, please remain standing at the front of the stage until all seniors have been awarded their cords. Nope. Just kidding. Audience, we ask that you hold your applause until each level of service for all your seniors has been recognized. The following seniors have completed the required hour community service of 75 hours each year.
Since you're so far up there in the nosebleed sections, we are going to ask that seniors be 3 deep. So if you will look at your program and find a person that's 3 ahead of you, you're going to start coming down and after that name is called, so that you're actually up here and ready to go when you're ready.
Alexis Benoit, 2 years as a member of NHS with 150 hours of community service. Alexis plans to go to the University of Washington and enter into a pre-nursing program. Amelia Bryant, been in NHS 2 years, has completed 150 hours of community service, and plans to go to the University of Washington with engineering. Bo Eastman, 1 year as a member of NHS, 75 hours of community service. Bo plans to go to the University, Gonzaga University. Sam Ferrand, 1 year as a member of NHS, 75 hours of community service. Sam plans to go to Rochester Institute of Technology, major in ASL English Interpreting. Joseph Fider. Joseph is absent, but he's been in NHS for 2 years with 150 hours of community service. He plans to go to Everett Community College, then transfer to a 4-year with a degree in chemical engineering. Maddie Filer. Maddie has been a part of NHS for 2 years with 150 hours of community service. Maddie plans to go to Washington State University with pre-veterinary medicine. Brianna Gonzalez. Brianna has been a member of NHS for 2 years with 150 hours of community service. She plans to go to Everett Community College in dental hygiene. Alex Gooey. Alex has been a part of NHS for 1 year with 75 hours of community service. Alex plans to major in mechanical motorsport engineering. Taylor Helly. Taylor has been a part of NHS for 2 years with 150 hours of community service. Taylor plans to go to the University of Portland, playing beach volleyball and majoring in political science. Nick Castro. Nick has been a member of NHS for 2 years with 150 hours of community service. Nick plans to go to San Diego Christian College, play baseball, and study kinesiology. The following seniors have contributed more than 150 service hours during their time at National Honor Society. Emma Baker. Emma's been a member of NHS for 2 years with more than 150 hours of community service. Emma plans to go to Whitworth University, major in kinesiology and pre-athletic training. Taylor Chapman. Taylor has been a part of NHS for 2 years with more than 150 hours of community service. Taylor plans to go to the University of Montana, major in pre-medical sciences. Abby Fairbanks. Abby has been a member of NHS for 2 years with more than 150 hours of community service. Abby plans to go to Western Washington University and study biochemistry. Fallon Gentry. Fallon has been a member of NHS for 2 years with more than 150 hours of community service. Fallon plans to go to Grand Canyon University and study advertising and graphic design. Sierra Foster. Sierra has been a member of NHS for more than 150 hours. For more than 2 years with 150 hours of community service. Sierra plans to go to the University of Washington and study business administration. Isaac Giordano. Isaac has been a member of NHS for 2 years with more than 150 hours of community service. He plans to go to Everett Community College in computer science and transfer to University of California, San Diego, and swim as a D1 athlete. Mary Hopkins. Mary has been the president and treasurer of NHS and has been a member for 2 years. She has more than 150 hours of community service. Mary plans to go to the University of Arizona and study biology. Dylan Ling. Dylan Ling is our historian and has been a member of NHS for 2 years. He also has completed 150 hours of community service. Dylan plans to go to the University of Washington and study pre-health sciences. Zoe Pitson. Zoe has been a member of NHS for 2 years with more than 150 hours of community service. She plans to go to the University of Washington and study STEM. Kate Rawson. Kate has been a member of NHS for 2 years with more than 150 hours of community service. Kate plans to go to Linfield University and study marketing. The following seniors have contributed 200 or more hours of service for their community during their time in National Honor Society. Vicky Applegate. Vicky has been a member of NHS for 2 years with more than 200 hours of community service and is our secretary. She plans to go to Texas A&M University and study mechanical engineering. Heather Broyles. Heather has been a member of NHS for 2 years with more than 200 hours of community service. She plans to go to the University of Arizona and major in biology. Katie Clark has been a member of NHS for 2 years with more than 200 hours of community service. She plans to go to Everett Community College with her nursing program, get her bachelor's degree at the University of Washington, and then become a trauma nurse. Amari Garrison. Amari has been a member of NHS for 2 years with more than 200 hours of community service. She plans to go to the University of Southern California and study political science. Angela Gotera. Angela has been a member of NHS for 2 years with more than 200 hours of community service. Angela plans to go to the University of Oregon, major in music with a concentration in popular music, and major in business administration with a concentration in entrepreneurship. Megan Lindhorse. Megan has been a member of NHS for 2 years with more than 200 hours of community service. Megan plans to go to Western Washington University and study math or computer science. Paige Richards. Paige has been a member of NHS for 2 years with more than 200 hours of community service. Paige plans to go to Linfield University, play on their volleyball team, and study pre-physician assistant program. Mylin Vibb. Mylin has been our vice president and parliamentarian and 2 years a member as NHS. Mylin has served more than 200 hours of community service. She plans to go to Biola University, playing on their golf team. Audience, can we please have a round of applause for our seniors? Now you're all in for a real treat. I can assure that this man is one of impeccable character. Mr. Keeley demonstrates an immense amount of school spirit and contributes to developing a sense of integrity and commitment in his students. Through his confidence building and wing crew leaders, to his humorous encouragement of studious AP students, Mr. Keeley promotes kindness and positivity in everyone you see. To say the least, he is an outstanding role model for the students, especially those in National Honor Society. Please give a warm welcome to the one and only Mr. Keeley.
Thank you. Ooh. Very happy here, but let's take those off. Okay. It was funny driving in. I got here at 6:10. I'm like, oh, I'm super early. And all these parents are there. And I'm like, of course they're NHS kids' parents. They're 25 minutes early. The parking lot's already full. And when Ms. Anderson told me, she's like, yeah, the NHS kids, they kind of wanted you to speak. And I said, oh, that's really cool. Kind of like the king of the dorks now. Okay, so, which is great, because I am. I'm a colossal nerd, which Mylin knows, and I've had a lot of these kids. I've had a lot of you in class, and I'm a history teacher. And I am a big NHS fan. All the things that you've heard about NHS, the pillars and the speech that Ms. Anderson gave, I do believe in those things. I was a member of NHS. I was the vice president at my school, which is a tiny little school in Shawila, Washington. Anyone? Oh, here we go. Yeah, okay. It's a real place. Okay, now, but not only have I been a student, an NHS student, I've been a teacher for over 20 years, and I've been a parent of an NHS student who's moved on, who's now in college. So I've been all of it, I've done all of it, right there, you are, right there, okay? And so I have this very unique perspective, and it got me thinking when I was writing this, like, okay, I gotta kind of tie all this in. And as an educator, I've always loved I might be the minority on this. I like the end of the year for seniors because it's like this. It's just a roller coaster, and I kind of like watching it. It's kind of this fun thing to watch. And what's interesting are all the stories the kids tell me about their parents, because parents go through the same thing. Some of you are going through this now. Okay, especially if this is your first one graduating, you might know what I'm talking about. Okay? And it's just this roller coaster it's an interesting thing. If it's like your third, if it's your third kid out of 4, you've been there, If it's your last one, that's also a thing. But it's an interesting thing because not only is high school ending for the seniors, we got this new year starting. And as parents, we're kind of sad. It's like our kids are going. And you feel that. And the kids are a little bit sad. I mean, really, they're like, woohoo, let's go. And then when the kid's gone, as a parent, you realize that first trip to Safeway, I just saved $150. Like, that was cheap. And trust me, if you've not experienced this, I know you've experienced this, Ms. Anderson, your bills go down a lot. You don't have someone taking a 23-minute shower every day. Okay, some of you parents, you know what I'm talking about here. There's you know where your dishes are? You know that room where the dishes go? That doesn't exist anymore. That room's always clean. I love my son. I miss him sometimes. But really, the beginning of college is this milestone, and it's a significant year in your life season. I mean, not only are you ending one thing, you're starting college and this new adventure. And it's funny because we've given you all this advice that we don't really want you to do. We say things like, speak up for yourself, stand up. And where do you do this? At home with us. And we're like, what are you doing? We've established this as a dictatorship. What are you doing? But we want you to be strong, and you just decide you're going to try it out on us. It's like, thanks for that. But as you start college, you're going to make mistakes. We did. We know this. It's why we're scared. Okay, but it's what you do with those mistakes. It's the quantity and quality of the mistakes that you make that is going to be important. You need to grow from them. You need to learn from them. Now, as far as the learning piece, and this is one of the reasons I love NHS is because it really promotes the learning aspect. And and this is for all of you in the room, if you're a sophomore or junior or going off to college, you've got to know your learning style. You have to figure it out. And you also have to embrace it. Some of you are the kid that gets a 2-week assignment and you will start it on day 1 and work on it every day. Some of you are like, that's weird. I thought if I had 2 weeks, I'd have 13 days of nothing and 1 day to do it. And here's where I'm going with that. That's okay if what you produce at the end is quality and you get what you need. I do that. I wrote this speech today. Okay, it's going okay. I don't know, the audience, you're far away, you're wearing masks. But what I'm getting at is you have to know that, because what you don't want to do is you don't want to stress. Because you know this kid, you got 2 weeks to do it. They're going to wait till the last day, but they're going to stress about it for 13 days. Do not do that. If you're going to do it on day 14, do other things on the first 13 days. Okay? Don't stress about the stress, accept who you are. If you're the progressive kid, okay, that's weird, but do it. You know who you are. And those kids, I mean, you do. You already know that. Don't put it off if you're that kid. Okay? Now, another thing, and this is a message, I was writing this, I'm like, okay, this has been talked about a lot. But it's true, and old people, I'm old, we talk about this even at our age. You need to find balance. And the thing about balance is, because you have all these things, and you've dealt with them pretty well. You had school, sports, clubs, band, church, friends, family, other things I'm not counting, and you have tried to work those all together. And sometimes one of those becomes really important at a time when it needs to be, but when you start to realize you need a balance to also have that kind of inner just peace, then it goes a little better. And adults, we struggle with this too, because we have our kids' schooling, our kids' sports, our kids' activities, we have church, we have friends, we have family, we have all those activities too. And so parents, we're always trying to get there as well. And the thing about balance is it's not instinctive, because you're going to do what you want to do, and that's not balance. It's not. Let me give you an example. Extroverts, introverts. Introverts, completely happy being out by themselves for hours at a time. And if you're an introvert, and there's people in this room, I know who are, you need to go do you need to go do some social things. You need to be a part of the community. And this is a great organization for kind of helping that along with the group community projects that you guys do, community service. And you need to, even if you're an introvert and it's a struggle, you gotta do it. Extroverts, loud, obnoxious people, my people, you need to shut up sometimes and go do something by yourself. Go for a walk. I started doing that over COVID. That was my COVID activity. I think a lot of people picked up some COVID activity. I picked up walking, and I love it. And it's really good for me because I am a very loud, obnoxious person. I've annoyed most of you in this room at some point. All the nice things Mylon said about me, I was surprised. I had her nice things. But it's scripted. So, but the point is extroverts, you need the difference also. You need that balance and reflection. Now, this is kind of intended for the new inductees, but it's also for some of the seniors if you haven't figured this one out. Because I've been teaching a long time, and I know the key to good grades. Okay? Because that's something you're trying for. You're going for it. You're trying to get those good grades. The key to good grades is not focusing on getting good grades. Focus on the learning. And the teachers, we say this and you tune us out. We say it all the time. Okay, let me give you an example though of when you don't do it and it fails. My father is a carpenter. I grew up a carpenter's kid. You know what you do when you're a carpenter's kid? A whole bunch of work around the house. My dad had project after project and I was there every single time. So when I got my house, when we bought our first house and we're still there, I had all this maintenance. I'm like, well, I learned how to, oh no, I didn't learn anything. Because all I did was the minimum. I knew what the threshold was, and I would get there, and I'd check out, and I was done. I didn't learn anything. I didn't embrace the learning, see? And with grades, a lot of us were like, I need an A, I will work to an A, boom. Well, that's actually a very minimalist attitude. And we've already heard people talk about the growth mindset. You're not growing when you just reach the minimum, even if it's an A. You're not growing. And that's the piece that you really need to take. And here's why it makes it easier. When you grow and learn the material, the next time you take a class that's similar, you're not relearning everything. You're starting here instead of here. And that's how school gets easier for you as you progress. But you have to embrace it. I'm not saying you're going to love every class. I'm saying try to. Try to embrace it. Try to really get into what is being taught here. And what's funny is when you're an adult, and your parents will back me on this, I think, is that we take on stuff we want to learn just because we did cooking, some house project, whatever it is. And we're focused on the learning. And so we remember it. We actually get it. So that's my piece to you about grades, because it's a big part of school. It's a requirement for this program. If you want to get good grades, focus on learning, the grades will be there. If you're learning the material, you'll get the good grades. Okay. Look, whether you're graduating or you're being inducted, focus on learning, continue to give to your community, find that balance in life, and lastly, and this is one I'm serious about, challenge yourself. Not just to get better, but to be better. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Keeley. Now we would like to honor the new additions to the Arlington chapter of the National Honor Society. All members will be receiving certificates of acceptance, and these students will be serving a minimum of 15 service hours in our community this summer. New members, we will call your name so you can be celebrated for your new membership to National Honor Society. So basically going to be the same thing like we did for the seniors. New members, if you want to come up, you can take your mask off once we pass the lectern. Come get your certificates, and then parents, if you want to come down and take pictures by the table or by the flag. And we're going to do 5 deep, so if you want to find the person that's 5 ahead of you in the program, and then get ready once we call your name. All right, first 5 people on the program, go ahead and get ready and start moving forward. First up, we have Alana Abelman. Next up, we have Raina Allen. Next, we have Sophia Allen. Kiana Anderson. Christina Osborne. Trinity Bowles. AJ Burleson. Savannah Buse. Matthew Casey. Janice Clemens. Mary Fighter. Trevor Glassman. Sierra Gonzalez. Madison Griffith. Gracie Hammond. And Morgan Hagley. Those are both absent today. Next up we have Anaya Henley. Jamie Kinney. Dylan Knight. Ella Larson. Isaac Layden. Emma Lewis, Meredith Marsh, Naomi Peterson, Giovanni Potter, McKenna Purdue, Carson Rasmussen, Malia Shepherd, Paige Shepherd, Olivia Sizer, Kaya Smith, Caitlin Swanson, Catherine Trowgett, Olivia Wyatt.
Will McKenna Cox come to the stage? McKenna, I am so sorry I did not get your slide put up. I sincerely apologize for that. I am so sorry.
Alright, so new inductees and graduating seniors, can I have you all please stand? We're going to repeat the National Honor Society pledge after me. Alright, if I could have all of you raise your right hand, please. I, being aware of the honor which is bestowed upon me by my selection for membership in National Honor Society, do hereby pledge loyalty to this organization. It shall be my earnest purpose to give unsparingly of my time and energy toward the promotion of all school activities. I will strive to be at all times a model student and will never knowingly bring reproach upon my school. I pledge myself to uphold the high purpose of this society for which I have been elected, striving in every way by word and deed to make its ideals the ideals of my school and my life. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I present to you National Honor Society inductees and graduates. Congratulations.
congratulations. Seniors, thank you so much for your service, your many hours of service. And then for the new inductees, the new members of National Honor Society, you're in for a treat. It is an honor to be able to serve your community, to give to people, you know, and then to be recognized for that. You know, not just by a ceremony, but by people who truly are grateful for what you do for them. For the new inductees, I just want to quickly go over a few things. These are things that you would already know, but just a quick reminder. We do have a meeting that you will need to attend by Zoom on June 3rd. We have meetings every third Thursday of the month, and they're going to begin in September. Meetings are required for membership. You will need to start your hours this summer. You'll need 15 of them. You'll have 30 hours each semester for a total of 75 throughout the school year. Each semester, 15 of those must be group hours, which means that you are part of a group of 5 NHS members or more. The other 15 hours could be group or individual. So each semester you could potentially have 15 group and 15 individual, or 30 group, but at least 15 of those have to be group. You must coordinate 1 group project per year. Your summer hours will begin on June 12th, the first day after the last day of school. Please check your email regularly. There are going to be times where you might not hear from me for 2 weeks, and then suddenly you hear from me 3 or 4 days in a row because of group opportunities. My emails will start in August. I will email you the entire schedule of when your hours are due, where you can collect those hours, sheets to print off if you can't make it into my classroom to grab those sheets. And then in addition to that, any additional information, just kind of similar to this. We do have dues, they're $10 each year. And then the last thing is just to be a part of it. You know, volunteer as much as you want, share your opportunities with other NHS members, bring people into the fold, help the community, help your family, help your friends. You can tutor, you can help a neighbor. There are so many opportunities. This is a time in the world. We've had a rough year. It's been a rough year, a crazy year, and a lot of people still need help, which is why organizations like this exist. So get your hours, get more than your hours, but really the idea isn't to be collecting hours for, for National Honor Society. The point is really to serve your community, to broaden yourself as a human being, to understand that other people are more important than yourself, and just to be a part of something bigger than you are. That is what National Honor Society is all about. Can we give, I'm done, but can we give the seniors one more round of applause? Seniors who did their 75, the required hours, their 75 to 150 hours, will you please stand up where you are? Okay, have a seat. Seniors, 151 to 200 hours, please rise. And seniors over 200 hours. You know, it's funny, we think about kids these days, and when we hear that phrase, we tend to think of very negative things. but there is nothing negative about what you do. You go out and you help the community, you give every time. Some of you are working jobs and you're maintaining your 3.5 GPA. Holy moly, you are amazing. And if you don't think you're heroes, look at all the hours that you've done, all the things that you've accomplished. Seniors, you're about ready to leave high school, and you've lived a life already in the 4 years that you've been here. It's truly, truly an amazing thing. New members, these are the people that you want to be like. The 75 to over 200 hours of community service. There's nothing greater than that. Nothing greater in the world. All right. Seniors and senior parents, if you want to stick around and get a picture with your slideshow, you're more than welcome to do that. I know we went through them a little quickly. If you want to add any other pictures, you are more than welcome to. We do have an exit strategy for everybody, so if you'll hold on for just a second. On the left side over here, you are going to head up and to the stairs on the left, and then out the side door on the left. Center, you're going to head out this exit right here and head out those side doors. This group over here, you're going to go upstairs and you're going to go out to the right and head out the doors that everybody came in. This group down here, when you head out, you're going to head out over here. If you have any questions about anything National Honor Society related, please let me know. You can email me. Your students can come find me as well. But thank you so much. Have an amazing evening. Thank you for coming. And then let me know if you have any questions. Thank you, folks.